Okay. Now, production in manufacturing industry. The data scientists in any manufacturing industry help the organization make data-driven decision. Now, he'll be presented or he or she will be presented with the data. He'll be able to actually know the frequency in how they purchase their items. So, for example, maybe this company is a bicycle producing company. Now, the data scientist is going to find out how often do people buy bicycles, or which area do people actually buy or purchase bicycles. Now, the data scientist is also going to determine the age limit or the age range who actually purchases bicycle. He is going to also determine the type of bicycles most people want, either mountain bicycle or the rest. When he finds out all these, he will present it to the organization and know that, see, now these people at this particular age prefers mountain bike to all other bicycles. So produce more mountain bicycles to these and supply to these areas. You get more customers. Lo and behold, the company will do and will get more customers there. In production or manufacturing, they also help in cutting down costs and actually preventing competition. Let's say your company is providing tissue papers. We have another company at that same area providing tissue papers. Now, what can your company do to outsmart that other company? The data scientists will get this data and analyze and say, oh, see, we are all producing the same quality. Why don't we make our tissue more thicker than this? So you realize when the data scientist presents such information or such decision to the company, he or his company will act on it and will produce more thicker tissue than the other company. Then you see the customers will be coming more and more. Data scientists, based on this data and make data-driven decisions, they actually analyze it, draw patterns in it, and find out whose is the best. For example, these manufacturing companies too, you have two products on the market. Your company is producing phones, and one other company is also producing phones. Now, how will you able to beat the other company for people to buy more of your phones? Now, your data scientist will get the data of people around, or he or she will do his research and find out that people actually want mobile phones with inbuilt TV or television channels. Now we'll bring it to your company. Your company will include television channels in your mobile phone. Then you will see in your next release, more customers will come and buy yours. This is what the big organization does. So for example, the Google Pixel, the iPhones, so they actually study the pattern, what people want. So if you realize iPhone or the Apple company knows that, see, people or our users mostly prefers using the quality, the camera quality. So you realize each time they release, the camera quality of an iPhone is becoming more higher and higher because they've studied their data, and based on it, they are making data-driven decision to actually win more customers for their products. Right? Any question? we have algorithm. Now, we want to build a system that this system, we want it to be able to identify the difference between a dog and a hen. Before we can do that, note that we have to feed this system with data. The system has to know a dog and the system has to know a chicken. Now, the data we are going to give to this system, we are going to train it in a particular algorithm. So let's see. We gave our system the picture of a dog. What features that does a dog has? Now our system will learn that a dog has 4 legs and ears, long ears. Then a pointed nose, black pointed nose. Dog is more fair. Now it will also learn that a chicken has feathers instead of fur, then has 2 legs with no long ears. Based on this data, when we show an image to the machine will be able to tell that, oh, see, this object you are showing me is actually having 4 legs and this and that, and the other one is having 2, meaning the 4 legs is a dog and the 2 is chicken. Next one, let's say fingerprint. How is your phone able to recognize your fingerprint? Now you realize every time you put your finger on your fingerprint option, it scans it, analyzes it, and give you access. But when someone else tries it, it doesn't give access. Now it has stored your data, draw patterns in your fingerprint. It has stored your data, draw patterns in your fingerprint. So any moment you try to use your fingerprint to log in, it scans your fingerprint and compares to the patterns it already has, so that it gives you the permission and verifies that in fact you are indeed the person who wants to access this application. Please, any question? The last one we will see here is healthcare. How does healthcare data science applications work in healthcare centers? Now, we have a data scientist at maybe our hospital. Our hospital is situated in a specific town. How are we going to know that, in fact, even in our drugstore, this kind of medicine should come more than the other? Because we should have preference, should give preference to the most needed ones. How are we going to determine? The data scientist, based on the data that the hospital will provide, will know that, look, in every week, the total number of patients that comes here amounts to 40. Out of the 40, 30 of them are in this town. Now, out of the 30, 20 of them comes with headache. The rest are the rest of the diseases. Now, based on this data, the data scientists can advise the management that, look, more of your diseases that comes here, more of your patient that comes here with headache complaints, meaning in your pharmacy, you should stock any headache medicines there, because it is predicted that next week you are going to have about 40 patients. These 40 patients coming, almost or about a little above 20 of them are coming with headache complaints. And when they come and you are short of this headache medicine, meaning you can't provide services to them. Again, he or she can also analyze and see that, okay, most of your patient that comes here for lab test, meaning you should equip your lab with more equipment so that you can provide more services. Because if the patients come, about 10 patients, they come and you don't have the equipment to test them, they will leave for another hospital. Based on these decisions, another one, the database administrator can go through the data and say that, okay, look, most patients you admit in this hospital are pregnant women. Therefore, build more pregnant or delivery facilities in this hospital. So you realize in the next 2-3 months, they've expanded their pregnancy ward and getting more patients there. All these work on the data-driven decision given by the data scientist or advised by the data scientist. Because he studies the data, he draws patterns in it, and look into it and give future predictions. So the data scientist going through all this will know that, look, in the next, let's say 3 weeks, you are going to have about 80 pregnant women coming for delivery here. And currently, your capacity you can take is, let's say, 20. So based on that, you see the hospital will expand as quickly as they want. And lo and behold, in the next 3 months, they will get 80 pregnant women. Please, any questions so far? Right, if there are no questions, our next topic will be the life cycle of data science. What data science, what we are going to go through in the course of the training. So I'll just mention them, and in our next meeting, we will dive inside into each one of them and learn how the practical session of each one of them. So as you can see from my screen, one, we have business understanding, life cycle of data science, business understanding. We have the data mining, we have data cleaning, we have data exploration, we have future engineering, we have predictive modeling, and we have data visualization. In our next meeting, we are going to dive into each one of these and learn how to actually get data, understand the data, mine the data, clean the data, explore the data, and in fact, engineer the data using models to predict and actually visualize our data and make data-driven decisions to our company. Any question, please? Right. If there are no questions, thank you for joining today's class. I will send you your materials in your Slack channel so that you can prepare ahead of our next meeting. Thank you once again. Have a great evening.